This assassin only had one bullet for every mission. This time, his target was on a high-speed train 2,000 meters away, traveling at a speed of 500 kilometers per hour. Jack first used a rangefinder scope to determine the maximum firing distance, which was 1,240 meters. Then he estimated the wind speed, wind direction, and humidity in the air. Based on these figures, he adjusted the trajectory of his sniper rifle. Finally, he loaded the bullet, prepared, and silently waited for his target to come into view. To prevent his fingers from going numb, Jack kept moving his hands from time to time. As the train sped along the tracks, Jack focused his scope on the moving target. Just as he was about to pull the trigger, he saw a little girl standing next to the man. Jack immediately moved his rifle slightly to the left. At that very moment, as the train entered a tunnel, Jack pulled the trigger. After the mission was complete, his partner brought back a photo from the scene and praised Jack's precise shooting. But Jack wasn't happy with this shot. With age, his accuracy and reaction time weren't what they used to be. If his shot had been just 15 centimeters off, the little girl could have been killed. That's why Jack decided to retire soon. At the same time, the CIA got news of Jack's retirement and sent an agent to persuade him. But Jack refused and stood by his decision. A few days later, Jack went to the dock to refuel his speedboat. He was preparing to meet a good friend. When he went to pay at the counter, he saw that the cashier was an unfamiliar girl. Jack, who was an assassin by profession, naturally became alert and asked the girl some questions. The girl, whose name was Annie, told him that the previous cashier had retired. Jack didn't ask too many questions to avoid suspicion. After paying, he went to his yacht. Tom warned Jack that he should be more careful these days. The person he had killed was actually a high-ranking biologist, not a criminal as the CIA had stated. Tom suspected that the CIA had deliberately concealed this truth. Tom gave Jack a contact address, but neither of them knew that their conversation was being fully listened to by the CIA. On the way back, Jack felt something was wrong with his speedboat's fuel gauge. Being alert, he checked the boat and found a hidden listening device under the steering wheel. He immediately had an idea. Jack quickly returned and found Annie. Without saying anything, he handed the listening device to her. Annie tried to explain, but Jack stopped her mid-sentence. Now Jack was sure that Annie was working for the CIA. But he didn't question her further. At the same time, the CIA director decided that Jack had to be eliminated. After so many years of training, if he couldn't work for them now, he didn't deserve to live. That night, Jack suddenly received an alert on his phone. Someone was approaching his house.